All right, this first one you brought to me, and I'm going to let you go off on it. But basically, Beau DeMayo is back in the news again because he can't shut up. He put another long post on X, basically explaining he was let go from Marvel because he didn't see eye to eye with the powers that be over there, and they didn't like what he was saying and had to offer, and it's creative differences type arguments. And it's just, dude, you had an OnlyFans, they didn't like it, you didn't want to take it down, so they let you go. Let's be honest. And now you're not like, you haven't been in the news for a while, so you got to put a long post so some news outlet will pick it up and you'll be relevant again for a day or two. And yeah, here we are talking about you. You have a slightly different take on what he said, so I'll let you fill in the boat. And I know this is related to your beloved X-Men in some way, so that's why you care about it so
The
much.
fucking masterpiece that is X-Men 97, which Beau DeMayo wrote. So listen, you gotta understand, that's why I'm always gonna be a vanguard for him, man. I respect the hell out of him for what he created and for what he demands as far as like quality when it comes to the X-Men and what to focus on and how to do it. With that said, though, there's not much that I have to argue with what you just said. It is what it is when it comes to, dude, you had an OnlyFans, being overtly sexual. Disney has been selling us for 40 plus years now that they're the epitome of morality and blah, 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 even though that's clearly not the
Right.
case. Ask Britney Spears and others in more recent examples, but that's not my point. My point is that you knew what it was, what happened, and that sucks. But the point he does make for me, though, that I do think is very plausible and I do believe is that he talks about the fact that these Marvel projects are made by committee, and a lot of the committee is people that are not fans of the property. So they're just throwing shit out there and then they get put in the movie and the show. And that's something I fear. That's something I fear for the X-Men. Infinity Saga, it wasn't perfect, but it was great. But I just believe him when he says basically they're going to fuck it up. And they're probably going to fuck the X-Men up. I'm going to keep an open mind about it, but I really do fear what he says about the process is true. With that said, he also talked about Kevin Feige, or people are talking on the internet as they do. They talk about Kevin Feige being upset that X-Men 97 was made because it makes his shit more difficult. I don't know if I believe that, because if Kevin Feige didn't want something didn't want something be part of the MCU, I don't think
Right.
it happens. So I'm not saying he's a completely and 100% justified in maybe his conduct or whatever. Again, because I think he did break a rule that we know Disney's not going to tolerate. But he's got a point though as far as the quality because of this creation by committee. So I just that's the alarming part of what Beau DeMayo is talking about when it comes to his TIFF. Because we joked about it last week. Bo Feld, right, the boy band of and Rob Liefeld, and
Yes.
but I was even thinking about as we were making fun of that, like there's not really a whole lot to make fun of Beau DeMayo. I like a lot of what he brings. So there you have it. So
Yeah,
thoughts?
I agree with you too, especially the comment about Kevin Feige didn't want X-Men 97. Like, he's the head of Marvel, period. Movies and TV. They made that move not way before X-Men 97 was even a thing. That no, Disney's no, you were completely in charge of everything Marvel now. And that's everything that's on the TV, everything that's in the theaters. But again, the problem was that Disney was pushing them to do more TV stuff to get more people to subscribe to the subscription service. And I saw something the other day, and I think I don't know, I didn't look into it because I don't know how true it is. It was a meme on the internet, but a lot of people obviously have been there's a lot of backlash in the comments on this meme. And basically it said Disney is looking for original or to buy a male centric IP to attract more boys to Disney. And of course, the backlash was like, you bought Star Wars and Marvel and screwed it up. Two of the biggest boy franchises. Now, is that true? It's not. Is it true or not true? I don't know. Like I said, I didn't look into it. It was a meme on the internet. I feel like if it was true, it would have been in all the trades. We would have seen it on the sites that we frequent. But I do think there's a grain of truth in the fact that Disney has been. I think that's where the problem lies. Is Disney steps in and says, "Oh, you got to do this. You got to do that." I think three. That's right. Star Wars, Marvel, and Indiana Jones. I think but Indiana Jones is a thing onto its own. They could have done something great with Indiana Jones, but everyone just wants Harrison Ford to keep playing the character forever, and he's too old to be Indiana Jones. So they had to write story, make it work for a 70 or 80-year-old man, and it's not working. I'm sorry.
Why is he willing to play Indiana Jones forever and not Han Solo? That's my question. Anyway,
because Indiana Jones is his favorite character, not Han Solo. I know, Han. I know it hurts. Stupid. It hurts you to the core.
Indiana
it hurts me to the core.
Doesn't have a best friend Wookiee.
A friend who has the Force. Yeah, Han has got the better life. But that being said, I do think there is influence from interference from Disney with the Marvel stuff. The idea of, let's push more stuff on the streaming service. This movie did well because you had 3 Marvel characters in it, as opposed to just being an Iron Man movie or just being a Spider-Man movie. So from now on, let's have multiple characters in every movie. And I think that has hurt them, because instead of writing a good standalone Spider-Man movie, we have to be reminded that he's part of this bigger universe all the time. And I'm not saying that Spider-Man movies were bad, but we don't need Iron Man in every Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I think Marvel got a taste of that with the Infinity Saga, and we all dug it. We all loved it. We watched the trailers and the end credit scenes and stringing together. Like we were all there. We all liked it. And they really think that's awesome, and that's what they need to do. But I do absolutely agree with you. There are some things that have to be isolated, just like they are in the comic books. Like you have to be able to isolate this character from this superhero team, from these people on this planet. Like you have to have the world always be about ready to fucking die, but still be able to go and just tell a street level New York story that people are just not aware that they're 5 seconds from oblivion. Like you need to be able to have all.
Okay. Kassan says there's an article out there. Another podcast went over it. Disney made these IPs so weak and soft they leach the testosterone from any male viewer, except Andrew.
Okay, so now he's going to say that. Before he was saying, "Oh, you don't like bananas and peanut butter, so maybe you have low T." Like I assure you, I'm not low on T.
Then Disney blames the stupid audience for hating their uninspired garbage that's soft than baby food puree. Bring back 80s action movies. I both agree and disagree with that. I think there are some good moments, but I do think, let's be honest. I think one of the things, and this is a good example of Feige is listening to the audience. All of a sudden it was like, oh, here's Miss Marvel. She's going to be the most powerful character in the MCU, and she's the future of the franchise. And the audience is, nope, we're not accepting it. We don't like the characterization. Like the movie was, I'm sorry, the movie made a lot of money, but one of the reasons that movie made a lot of money, the first Captain Marvel, is it was billed as, oh, this is a prequel to Endgame, and you've got to watch Captain Marvel to understand what's going on in Endgame, and obviously you didn't. She shows up at the end and in the end fight, and that's it.
Yeah,
and
you need to know why Thanos will punch her in the face, and it doesn't hurt her. That was just, you could just say, oh, because you don't need to watch a whole movie that's uninteresting to learn that.
But the audience, like most of the audience, was just like, nah, we're not really interested, and she isn't. They haven't made her the main focus for anything going forward. Like she got one movie where they gave her 2 supporting characters that no one knew because no one watched the TV shows.
Yeah.
It's, again, I feel like they're in some ways trying to listen, but there's a lot of bad direction coming from Disney. I think Kevin Feige knows what the audience wants, but Disney's, no, you got to do this and we own you.
Darth Vader does what the fuck he wants, but when Emperor Palpatine says, no, you're going to fucking do this, he does it because he knows he's going to get smacked the fuck down if he doesn't. So that's just because I don't really completely agree with the drainage of his testosterone and all that, blah blah blah.
But
I will say that them like shoving Captain Marvel down our throats was a misstep.
thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.